Last time, a sleep spell gone awry, a cat and a bird working together, some sleuthing, thieves' cant, a two-man show starring the DM and Ripley, and elevators within doors within doors? If you want to know what happens next, grab your dice, because we're about to roll out. Stretching out in front of you is a long catwalk. This is enormous. I mean, it's a fucking warehouse. Like this is a warehouse proper. What before looked to you like a shed, you realize is a magical facade. This is a massive warehouse. There's a catwalk running the length of the warehouse with staircases every 30 feet heading down to the warehouse floor. And you notice the catwalk is lit by overhanging lights, you know, those ones on poles. And some of them are swinging, some of them aren't, but some of them are out. It looks like people don't replace the bulbs often enough. Which, I mean...
For Ripley's taste.
Ripley's, yeah. This is
I cracked my knuckles.
You notice that the shadows are deep in between the lights. Probably good for hiding. You notice activity to your left and right. To the left, it looks like a group of humanoids down on the warehouse floor are like welding giant pieces of machinery together, but they seem to not... They don't seem like they go together. These machine pieces don't look like they go together, but they're building these separate pieces. They're shipping them down the line. They're going out a conveyor belt and out of the building. To the right are storage shelving, and you see two goblins driving two forklifts, putting boxes and pallets on the shelves and driving. And then at the very far end of the warehouse, probably 2 football fields away, you can barely make it out, but there's like a small... You know how on construction sites they bring in the trailer, and that's where like everybody meets. They bring in like a mobile home,
like a loading dock or something.
You know what I mean? It's the meeting. That's where they do their office work. You see that, but it's got an open bay side, and you see little lights in there and shadowy shapes. You can't really make it out, but it looks like something's going on down there that you can't really tell what. This is the warehouse. What would you like to do first?
Whew, this is sketchy.
Yeah, I mean... We can all agree that this catwalk is probably where Parsley is from, because he's a cat creature.
I agree.
Right?
That's the first
I'm
thought
going to
I
need you to
had.
roll a Constitution save on that. As a DM, I want to hurt you for that. But I'm not going to.
Okay. Jeez, what do we do here?
I got a 1, so I'm going to get hurt no matter what.
You're going to take 3 points of psychic damage for that pun, yeah, for sure.
For my pun.
My scar!
You see Ripley's nose bleeds a little.
Whoops. Oh, there goes my gun.
Bang up, bang up. It clatters loudly to the
Everyone in
floor.
the warehouse starts looking at us.
Just every head.
Yeah. Arrows flying.
Wait, why are we here again? We're here because Marcus... No, Shifty was the one who told us.
We're here because we're looking for war.
Yeah, the leader of
we're
the
looking for
Tooth
war.
Grinder gang in
She's
this
the
region.
leader of the bunch.
But we've already been told that it's a huge army.
I don't see that many people.
There's a few, and we're not great at fighting. I'm just gonna go ahead and put that out.
You don't have to say that.
Like, I killed one of Marcus's hands, and that was pretty dope. And you guys didn't do that. But I think generally, let's maybe be a little sneaky with this, finding out whatever the hell they're, like, welding down there.
Is there any way to get down? Are we on the catwalk?
You're at the start of the catwalk. Normally the catwalk, there's like a staging area where you walk out onto like the catwalk proper. That's where you guys are on the staging area to head out across the walkway.
Is there
there's
any
staircases.
way to get down?
Yeah, there's like those metal stairs to the left and right every 30 feet. They alternate.
Oh, okay.
So one on the left, 30 feet, 60 feet. There's one on the right.
Okay.
Great.
I think before we run in blindly and start... I'm telling you guys this. I think before we run in blindly and start fighting, we maybe should see what they're building.
Let's do it.
Great.
I like that thing on the left. I like that.
Yeah. Let's go see what those machines are.
Mm-hmm.
Dope. Give me a stealth roll, everybody. Let's see how this goes.
Just can't.
You guys are going to descend the stairs?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, we are?
Oh.
Well, I'm asking if you're going to do that. We don't have to roll that until you descend the stairs. Because you're covered in shadow.
I'm going to descend the stairs.
I too will descend the stairs.
I'm gonna creep along the catwalk.
Cool.
Okay.
That makes sense. I like that.
9.
I have a 19.
Ooh, it's gonna be plus 110. Okay.
10. What'd you get?
What for dexterity? What
Yeah,
Yeah, adding
dex
dex.
modifier.
Okay, so that's 20.
You got a 20. You got a what? A 10? Hey! Ripley got a 10! Woo! He did it!
It was technically
Double digits, baby!
It's not a natural 10.
You
But
know
it's a
what?
10 at the
It's
end
a
of the day.
10. It's a dirty 10, but I'll take your dirty 10.
Most of my modifiers are minuses, so
Maybe you roll
this is a
that.
great
I
moment.
don't want to
No,
go.
I
What'd you get?
That's fine. But we're gonna add my dexterity, right?
Was it a nat 1?
It's
No, it's a
3.
It's a 3 plus
3.
6.
6.
Lucky for you, if you're not getting down, that shadows keep you hidden. You're not in the light. You are like the shadows at night. You cannot be seen as you descend the stairs noiselessly. It's almost as if your magical charisma hides you from the perception of others. It's wild. The air shimmers around you, distorting light, creating a prism-like effect that if you were to look from the side, it would look kind of like there were a bunch of mirrors around you, but it's refracting light and all that stuff. So yeah, there you go. Ripley, however, kind of goose walks down.
Like a dog walking down the stairs.
Yeah. I'm picking up a baby bumblebee.
Yeah.
All the way down the stairs. Luckily, it's a fucking warehouse, so it's super loud.
Yeah.
So everybody's facing away from you, so they don't see you, but you're not stealthy.
Mm-hmm.
You get to the bottom of the stairs, and what do you want to do?
What's at the bottom of the stairs?
The bottom of the stairs to the right are the storage units where they
Uh-huh.
put pallets and boxes. To the left is where they're assembling strange machine parts.
Is there anything down by, now that we've come down the stairs, is there anything that we can hide behind?
Yeah, there are open boxes. There are machine parts that have been broken and are going to be destroyed that are sitting down there on the floor. There's opportunities to hide for sure.
Great, yeah, I go a little bit closer to see, I try to close the gap between me and the people who are
Dope.
building the machines
Okay.
to see if I can assess what's going on, but I still want to hide.
You still want to hide?
I follow him.
Okay, so I need another stealth roll from Ripley. You got a 20, so you're good.
So that's going to be a 3.
3 gang. You stumble over some machine parts, and one clatters and clang, clang, bang, bang, ding, ding, somehow managing to bounce, defying the laws of physics. Just a massive sound. You're fully hidden, but the lead worker looks up and looks to the side, and then looks.
Great, I cast prestidigitation.
Ooh, okay.
I cast prestidigitation. I guess the farthest it can cast is 10 feet, which
10 feet?
isn't super far. But
So
I cast it 10 feet away from Ripley
in the other direction.
in the other direction
Okay.
and just make what kind of looks like the little bit of spark.
So it goes off and it looks like
Yeah.
like the little
Exactly.
little bottle rockets going off, the little the shower fireworks. And the goblin that's working on the machine parts looks up, sees that, and like gets off its stool. It's like a 6-foot stool for a 3-foot creature to get up and line it, climbs down the rungs of the stool, and just kind of meanders over. You see this goblin's dressed like middle management. You just know this is a supervisor. They weren't working particularly hard. They were watching the other goblins work. And he like adjusts his glasses and looks.
Polo shirt.
This is all happening while you have another chance to stealth roll.
Should be no problem.
Yeah.
Should be no problem.
Should be the easy.
Law of averages, baby.
Is a 9 gonna do it?
My God. So you
Dice jail.
dice jail. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
one. Grab another d20. We're not gonna roll it yet, but you're gonna have one ready. And the minute you dive behind this thing, it makes just enough noise for the goblin to turn around and see the shadow of your feet dive behind. Who's there? And he starts wandering over. He's got a clipboard, and he looks surly, and he's waddling a little bit towards your position.
Okay, great. I now cast Minor Illusion
Okay.
of a rat that scuttles off from the corner of where Bill's foot or the shadow went in.
All right.
I just have it run across
All right.
over and behind some other piece of machinery.
So this hill goblin supervisor is going to make a deception roll. Let's see if they're deceived. What do they get to that? Big +0. Oh yeah, that goblin thinks it's a goddamn rat.
How high up
Hold
am
on.
I in the
Dude, I think it's a red. Yeah.
You're also.
I also think it's a rat.
I just grab Ripley at this point.
Yeah.
pull
Do you
him
just
close
like
to me.
stuff his
Yeah,
mouth?
I just like cover his mouth, like shut the fuck up.
Ripley's like, did you see that goddamn rat?
That's so crazy. The rat was there at the same time as me.
The goblin is like, nah, rat, and then turns around and ascends its stool and assumes the supervisory position it was at before. You're now hidden, thanks to some very good magic. Your question: you're 30 feet above the ground.
3. Okay, cool. I just want to check that.
I break my ankles.
We're gonna hobble Ripley.
I slip on a banana peel.
Somehow there's bananas in free space.
This is supposed to be on my head.
Not on my toes. Yeah. Okay. Good.
Okay, sorry. I just wanted to check on that to see if I could be useful. Like, started casting.
Well, you want to do anything? I mean, I've been making some moves here.
I'm gonna head towards the trailer thing.
Listen.
You just
Hi, shenanigans. I'm really happy with that. Go ahead.
don't worry. I'm not gonna disappoint.
All right.
I'm gonna head that way and investigate when I get to.
Where are you headed? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Towards the trailer you described.
Towards the trailer. Okay.
Where it looks like there might be people in charge.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
assess based on Steve and Tate.
You think Tate would be like,
Tate.
that's where the bosses is?
I think he would. Yeah, I think he would recognize.
So effectively, you're splitting up at this point. You're going the opposite direction of where.
Well, we're already kind of split up, right?
You are, yeah. You're definitely split up by height for sure.
I
Yeah.
stayed on the catwalk.
Okay,
so
cool.
yeah.
That's fine. Give me a stealth roll because it's going to require some to get across the pools of light.
15.
Cool. You're good. You manage to slip like a shadow between the pools of light unnoticed as you approach the trailer. It's going to take you a few turns. So we're going to go back to Lou.
Can Steve and I see each other? Or can Nephilis see Tezos?
I would say so with dark vision.
Okay.
you can-
I still have.
Do you want to give me some sort of indication of where you're going?
He won't know what it means, but you could. Thieves can't sign at him.
Yeah.
What?
Yep. I'm
So
gonna-
thieves can't is not only a language; it's also a form of sign language.
I mean, he can't. He can't
Yeah,
point
yeah.
to be like, I'm going this
He
way.
could-
But
yeah,
he
he
doesn't
can, he can.
know it, so.
No, but you can also just do common sense. Sorry, I was being silly. That's my bad.
You know what? I'm gonna follow this.
Okay,
I think what we
yeah.
need to do is
follow the fun. Follow
Okay.
the fun. I'm still holding Ripley.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
the fuck am I doing here?
Yep.
Big thumbs up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just gave him a thumbs up.
Yep.
Okay.
That's what I do. Is I mime fucking gibberish to him,
Oh my jeez.
I
Oh
go,
my jeez.
thinking he'll pick up on
Yeah.
it, and
Another rat.
then head towards
Yeah,
the
another
trailer.
rat.
Queso, another rat. The number 7. 4-leaf
When he
clover.
did this, it looked kind of like a rat. Oh wait, that was dice.
Okay, so you guys have effectively split up now. So we're back to Lou and Ripley.
Great. What do you want to do?
"Oh."
I removed my hand from his mouth.
I think you should take the lead on this one.
I just kind of peek forward to see if we can assess. We're trying to, or my character wants to figure out what is. I want to know what they're doing, what they're creating, what they're building.
Okay, give me an Arcana check.
Is that all? Just
That's a
D20.
D20.
Ugh, 6.
Plus. That's your
what's
wisdom.
Arcana?
Intelligence.
Wisdom or intelligence? Oh,
Intelligence.
intelligence 2. So that's 8. I guess I don't quite.
You don't really know, but it looks to be magical in origin. Or better yet, it's a blend of technology and magic. You don't really know what they're building, though. You've never seen something like this.
How many people do we see?
You see the goblin supervisor, and you see 4 what looks like assembly line working goblins. They're working on this thing. They're welding.
Is it like lit up enough that I can see it too?
Yeah, the lights from the arc welders are creating enough light that you can see. It's not completely dark down there. There are shadows because while it's not nighttime, it never seems to be nighttime in free space. The warehouse is dimly lit for whatever reason. Mostly because most of the creatures that work there have dark vision and are mostly nocturnal. So That's just some free lore for you as players.
So I love all this free lore, baby.
You're getting it all, baby.
I'm gonna take a crack at identifying it myself.
Okay, cool. Give me an investigation check.
It's gonna be an 18 minus 1.
Ooh.
So a 17.
Mm-hmm.
So you, for some reason,
Yeah, I'm like, that
They're building rats.
that's a big metal rat.
So since you would have no prior way of knowing this, I'm going to give you more than I gave Lou, but you still don't know what it is. But it seems to be a device that you could harness an enormous creature with. You don't recognize the runes, but you do recognize that they are Eldritch runes. They're magical runes, and that these are. You notice that some of them kind of look like they might be runes of binding and will, like suppression of will, but you don't know why you know that, and you don't really know what they'd be using it for. But they seem to be making giant collars.
What do you think they're making?
Dude, I'm picking up big BDSM vibes from this thing.
What?
Like, you know how sometimes you
Yes.
go into the room and you don't really know what stuff's for, but you can feel it, and it's like, this is gonna be a weird night.
Wait, Ripley, I have no idea. What do you mean? In what context?
Like this is to keep someone in a place, but it's big as hell.
Like a cage?
Like a collar, maybe a leash,
Oh.
that kind of thing.
I understand.
Ropes, but
I got
more metaphor than literal, because it's
Okay.
big and metal.
Huh.
But that's just the vibe.
And when you say the vibe, Ripley, your eyes white out and you black out for a second.
I want to fall into his arms.
And you have a vision. So in your vision, you don't look any different. You look the exact same.
Who is that?
But you are wearing monk's attire. But the top is tied around your waist and you're sweating. You've just finished an attack sequence. And you're in a room with a lot of other people dressed exactly like you. As you finish your sequence, an older man approaches you. His skin is blue, and his clothes billow as if they're constantly being buffeted by a slight breeze.
And he asks you to touch it.
He smiles at you, and you bow to him in deference, and he does a slight bow in your direction. You know that this is your adopted father, CL. He is the head monk of the Temple of the Great Vibe.
Believe it or not.
And
That should have got a much bigger laugh.
Temple of the Great Vibe? What did you say?
I said, believe it or not.
I don't get it.
Because
Oh, Ripley?
so his name is Ryan, so
Ryan's Believe It or Not,
Yeah.
the discount book series. Yeah.
Jesus.
So CL bows to you.
You guys can't appreciate the fucking
And
gold.
while Tezo sleeps, he says to you, "Well done." And his voice seems to be carried on the wind that buffets him towards you. And his smile fills you with warmth. And you feel more connected to the vibe than you normally do. And you come back to in the warehouse.
Ripley, are you okay?
Yeah,
You were talking about the BDSM stuff, and then all of a sudden you passed out.
yeah. I had a flash forward. I had a dream. My dad was in it.
Whoa, wait a second. You were talking about the BDSM stuff, and then you had a dream about your dad?
Yeah, I
And with that, we cut back over to Tezo's.
I'm just strolling along the catwalk, nothing weird or taboo up here.
Let's do another stealth roll, Tezo's. Let's get you over to that building.
Sounds good. Oh, 3.
he says that thought out loud as he's laughing.
Nothing
taboo
up here.
It echoes in the warehouse. You somehow hit that perfect acoustic spot in the warehouse.
Yeah.
And you can hear it, and everyone else can hear it as if you're right in their ear. Everybody looks around. Nobody looks up.
But I don't have the context, so I'm just saying that. So much more alarming for someone just saying,
Nobody looks up, even
I'm
though you
not doing
said
anything taboo up here.
Nobody looks up. They're all criminals. It doesn't matter. They're like, they look around and they're like, that was weird. Somebody must be in the acoustic spot. And they just turn back and go back to work.
Like in science museums where it's like, oh, you stand in this corner, the person stands in that corner, and if you talk, they can hear you, even if you whisper.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said
what
not
is-
5 seconds ago.
Well, they're dumb. They're dumb.
Whoa! Don't say that about our nice viewers.
You're a little dumb.
They're gonna want you to die, dude.
Wow.
We don't want
Well,
you to die.
I mean, based on how I roll.
Well, so nobody sees you, but you're making a lot of noise. The forklift drivers are far enough away. Nobody at in the building can hear you because there's like loud music playing in the building. As you get closer, you notice there's like big.
What are they playing?
What are they playing? DMX. X can give it to you.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Wow. But it's like a non-copyright version.
But it's like a tavern version, so it's like hurdy-gurdy.
Mandolins.
Mandolins and
What was
flutes.
it that we had asked the fairy people who had the clothing shop about something, some pop culture reference, and they didn't know it?
Ghostbusters.
Movies. It was movies.
Movies.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was
It was
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
I think one of them said that.
Or movies in general. I
Right.
think also.
Yeah, they didn't have
Um,
cinema, but they do have DMX.
Yeah.
They do have.
Well,
some do. Well, it just depends on
he's
where they
got
came
crossover.
from.
It's true.
appeal.
Yeah. We don't know.
It's the
So-
EMX, Elf MX, whatever MX stands for.
Yeah.
So I'm still creeping towards what I recognize from the real world as
Yeah.
where the in charge people would probably be.
Right.
But I'm doing a bad job of it.
You're doing a bad job, but luckily it's loud in a warehouse, so you have advantage. Oh, I should make you roll your d20 again, but I'll just tell you have advantage. Yeah, go ahead and roll it again.
Uh-oh.
Fuck it.
I had that written down, but I kept forgetting to do it.
5. Oh. Not great. 5.
One of the panels is loose in the catwalk, and you fall through.
I'm just crashing.
Falls through?
He falls through. You don't
Oh,
fall
no.
all the way, but you catch. Well, yeah, you catch yourself on it. So now your little demon legs are kicking.
I'm pretty acrobatic.
You are pretty acrobatic. Give me a dex saving throw. DC 15. So dexterity. So roll the d20
Okay.
and add your dexterity to it.
10 plus. Shit. So my dexterity is 16 plus 3.
Plus 3, so 13.
So 13, yeah.
Dope. Okay, so you sloppily manage to claw your way back up onto the catwalk as the panel dangles towards the floor.
Fuck that panel.
Oh boy.
I keep walking.
My character crafts a backpack since I'm carrying this whole fucking mission on my back.
Speaking of which, I need you to make a wild magic roll for me. You've
Ooh.
cast some spells.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't get an nat 1.
15.
15, you're
Nice.
safe. You're good.
Great.
You feel something like alerting your sixth sense.
Ooh.
Some tingles down your arm, but nothing happens. All right, and we're back to Lou and Ripley. What do Lou and Ripley want to do?
Enough about my father. You've asked way too many questions about my father while all this racket is going on.
Just clattering. This
Yeah,
is what you hear. Hold on. Say that again.
You've asked enough questions about my father while this racket
Clang.
is.
Bang! Oh, fuck.
So
I'm safe.
Ripley, by your estimate, you think that they're creating something to control or tame beasts?
This is definitely a harness of some sort. That's definitely the vibe.
Do you think it would fit spelljammers?
I don't know how big spelljammers are, but I assume that they're not that big. I assume they're people-sized, but I don't know that to be true.
Okay. Well, we know a spelljammer requires a crew to guide it.
Oh, is a spelljammer?
It's one of those big ships. that
It's a
control-
At this, you hear someone behind you go, "Hey, you're not supposed to be in here."
You don't
I'm gonna
know
need you
that.
to roll initiative.
Great. Roll it.